What's up, y'all? Welcome to the 15-minute time limit. And this is something different, okay? This is something new that I'm doing, okay? First of all, welcome to the Ring Journals, okay? If you're just joining us, if this is the first video that you're watching, subscribe, okay? And check out all of our podcasts. We did one on Tuesday that we uploaded on Wednesday. It's called Woo or Boo, where I talk about the BS with Charlotte Flair, Becky Lynch, Vince McMahon, Ronda Rousey, the WWE in general. The BS that they're doing with this WrestleMania 35 main event is just ridiculous, okay? And it's something that's big, okay? You also want to check it out because we have our Elimination Chamber predictions right there, okay? I'm going to put the link in the description box for y'all, okay? But this is a little bit different, all right? I'm doing this 15-minute time limit because it recorded on Tuesday, and, well, there's been a lot of stuff that's been coming out since then. And we recorded before SmackDown. All right, and let's talk a little bit about somebody who I call now the Black Seth Rollins, Kofi Kingston. All right, y'all remember when Kofi Kingston used to come out and do the whole boom boom, whatever the hell that was, or the boom shakalaka thing? Well, those days are over. Now he's doing pancake porn with the New Day, okay? I'm sorry. All right, it's not porn, but it's pancake ridiculous. You got Big E twerking, you got them doing gyrating dances, and I don't like it personally anymore. It was fun in the beginning. It's fun at live events. But when you're watching on television, it's not cool anymore to see grown men twerking in the ring. All right? But Kofi Kingston showed up to show out on Tuesday. I know that didn't sound right, but bear with me, y'all. Tuesday night, he had one of the best performances I've ever seen on WWE live television. And I almost compare it to what Seth Rollins did in the 65-minute man. That gauntlet match last year turned Seth Rollins into a star. It was the beginning of his push to the road to WrestleMania. He said so himself on Monday Night Raw. The same can be said for Kofi Kingston. If you guys want Kofi Kingston to really become that main event star, then I'm going to need y'all to cheer his butt off. All right? I'm going to need y'all to support him. But I don't think he should be winning the Elimination Chamber tomorrow. Here's the reason. If you haven't built up a wrestler or somebody right now on the road to WrestleMania, it's too late. People say, well, you have 5 weeks. You have 6 weeks on the road to WrestleMania, RKJ, man. You got plenty of time. That's BS. All right? WrestleMania season, the WrestleMania year, the wrestling year for the WWE starts the night after WrestleMania to the next WrestleMania. Kofi Kingston has been looked at as a joke for most of the year. So he can't be put in a situation to win the WWE Championship yet. The fans will revolt on him and his weaknesses will be shown. What you need to do is you need to have a slow dissolve between the New Day. Number one, this does a couple of things. Number one, it makes Kofi Kingston a star. And number two, it finally dissolves the New Day of that pancake porn that's been on our television for 3 years now that I can't watch. All right? If I see Big E twerking again, I might throw up all over my couch. Let's get Kofi Kingston to the main event, but be patient. In the words of Kanye West, drive slow, okay? Let's talk a little bit about the Jimmy Uso situation. I like the Usos. I like Naomi. But as a black man in America, there's a couple things I know. One, the cops hate us. Two, you don't drink and drive. And it seems like both of those rules were broken. Now, allegedly, a couple of nights ago in Detroit, Naomi was caught driving on a one-way road. Now, it's a situation where Detroit is kind of a weird place, I've heard. I heard the one-way streets are kind of weird. And I'm not the best driver myself, so if she's messing up driving on the road, I can forgive that. But when the cop pulled her over and was having a conversation, he smelled alcohol. That prompted the cop to investigate further, apparently, and Jonathan Fatu, Jimmy Uso, stormed out of the car, squared up, allegedly, with the cop, which caused him to get arrested. Now, there are several mistakes that has happened here. Number one, you always want to be calm when you're talking to an officer. In any of my interactions with the officer, I've always been calm, relaxed, and cool, okay? You always respect the officer. You say yes, sir, no, sir. You always stop your car in an area where there's people present. You keep your hands on the wheel. You let the officer know respectfully, hey, I'm going to grab my ID, my license, whatever, to show you. But clearly none of this was truly followed. You always have to keep a cool head with the cops, especially a guy with a gun. Usually, when I'm talking to a guy with a gun, I try to give him as much respect as possible. Jimmy Uso didn't follow that, y'all. He squared up with an officer. Now, I'm not sure what this was about. Now, I'm hearing a whole bunch of rumors going around now that apparently they want out of their contract. Their contract's up in a few months. They're unhappy. Some people are speculating they want to go to AEW. But do you really think that AEW wants to take a chance when people are making bad decisions like this? I don't think so. You got to have as much public, popular, good, positive press for a new company as possible. And AEW is a brand new startup. And Jimmy Uso and Naomi ruined their credibility. Now, I'm pretty sure more will come out as the time progresses, but Jimmy Uso and Naomi are both involved in big matches. Jimmy and Jay, the Usos, are facing Shane McMahon and The Miz in the WWE SmackDown Tag Team Championship matchup, which we predicted on the Ring Generals. Woo or boo. And then, of course, you have the whole situation going on with Naomi pairing up with Carmella, who I'm going to talk about in just a moment, going up in that Elimination Chamber. It's something that's really interesting, and I don't get it. I don't get what impairs people to drink and drive. Is your life so tough that you got to get in the car with alcohol? You can't wait to get to your hotel, your house, wherever you're going to. Drinking kills. Drinking and driving definitely kills. And they broke all those rules. You got to be careful, all right? And guess what? If Jimmy Uso got arrested because of that, which reports are saying he did, he deserves it. And the WWE came out with a report that says Jonathan Fatu is completely responsible for his actions, somewhere along those lines. It doesn't look good for the Usos. And as a black man in America, all I got to say is I'm disappointed. I'm very disappointed. You've got to hold yourself up to a higher standard, okay? And when you are a minority in this country, you got to know that there's a target on your back, okay? Whether you agree or disagree, minorities are in the minority. That's literally a fact. That's why they call us a minority. So there's always going to be something that sticks out. And if you're driving on the wrong way of the street and you smell like alcohol and you're scoring up with a cop, you definitely got a target on your back. You got a gunshot target on your back. And Jimmy Uso may have ruined his WWE career. I'm going to talk a little bit more about that on the Ring Journals podcast soon. So my third and final topic is something that I have to be a little bit careful about. I'm going through my phone today, kicking it, I'm in my room, watching college basketball, and I see that CoreyGraves' wife put up this whole Instagram post, and then she took it down, allegedly. Well, basically accuses CoreyGraves of cheating with Carmella. All right. Carmella, we all know about Carmella. She's one of the hottest divas in the WWE. If you hear me talk on the Ring Generals, I've said this multiple times. Carmella's the hottest chick I've ever seen, almost. I've got only a couple of chicks who I've seen that are hotter than Carmella, honestly. She's beautiful. She's smart. She's a diva, the definition of a diva. But apparently, she got caught dipping in the cookie jar, according to CoreyGraves' wife. Now, she took it all down, but those screenshots, social media, y'all, that's what I said. Be careful what you put on social media. Make sure you approve of it, because everybody can screen grab everything these days. Anything I say on the Ring Generals or here on the 15-minute time limit, I support. And I'm very smart with how I say things. Well, guess what? It got screen grabbed, and we see it. There's text messages there. There's things going on, allegedly. Apparently, CoreyGraves allegedly was threatening to sue her, his wife. I don't know what the deal is, guys. I don't know what's going on. You got multiple things that could happen here. This could be a BS report. This could be somebody hacking a phone. You never know in 2019. But all I know is I'm going to be looking very carefully. One thing I do know, CoreyGraves on Twitter and social media is not a very nice person. His commentary, in my opinion, sucks. And I've said this multiple times on the Ring Journals. And I've said this. CoreyGraves isn't that good. Tries too hard. Puts too much effort. Tries to be like Bobby Heenan, Jerry the King Lawler, JR. Multiple people have said this, and I agree with them. But there's a difference between being crap at your job and just being a crappy individual. And the more and more I see CoreyGraves in this light on social media, whether it be the Saudi Arabia issue with him going out and saying all that stuff about Saudi Arabia after taking the check instead of taking a stand before the show or during the show, or him going too hard in Twitter and social media, or him and his stupid statements on Raw and SmackDown that annoy me, or him talking about CM Punk. The more and more I see this dude and hear this dude talk, the more and more I realize he's just a crappy individual. I'm not a big fan of CoreyGraves. Never have been, never will be, of his work. And I've got to say this, I'm not a big fan of the guy either. We'll check and see what happens with this situation with Carmella. But one thing is for sure, my 15 minutes are already up. All right? This has been the 15-minute time limit, okay? So a couple of things, y'all. Subscribe, okay? If this is your first time viewing the video and you like it, subscribe, like the video, leave a comment on what you think about Naomi, Black Seth Rollins, Kofi Kingston, or CoreyGraves and Carmella. All right? And also check out our previous video, Woo or Boo. I'm going to put the link in our description box. I'm going to make sure to listen to it because we have our full Elimination Chambers prediction. And I have another name. I call myself Black Stradamus because I usually get things right. Okay? I get things right most of the time. Okay, maybe half the time. Okay, sometimes. But at the end of the day, it's the Ring Generals podcast, okay? This has been the 15-minute time limit. If you like it, subscribe, check on our stuff. Follow us on social media, our Facebook, Ring Generals, Twitter, Ring Generals, Instagram, Ring Generals. Like it. I'm going to put everything on the description box, okay? If you like it, tell a friend, let everybody know. And raise a glass in the sky and salute the Ring Generals.